And then this is just, oh, come on. Oh, good opening here from Sim. Woo-wee. But that exit kill kind of allows a really cool situation for Seattle where they can play this 2v2 essentially. 2 from the back, 2 from the front because of this spawn that pops up for Abuza. What up, COD fans? Welcome back. We're doing episode 2. Oh, I'm pumped to get into it. First episode I had a lot of fun with, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have not seen it yet at IHOLDSHIFT, we're going to be doing a full live reaction and some breakdown of some of the things that are happening, this time focusing on the Atlanta FaZe playing up against Seattle Surge. Phasian Hardpoint. The Seattle team has been super surprising to this point. They did take one map off of Atlanta earlier, so this would be huge if they could find a way to upset here. So let's just dig right in. Let's jump on. Phasian Hardpoint.
Sell you down, bud.
Ah, yeah, great start for Seattle. It feels like the Seattle team was really good on their opening break-offs.
With the devil is Celium.
Okay, hold my tongue a little bit.
From Sim, ripping off heads.
No, but seriously, every time I feel like I watch the Seattle team, their opening break-offs are really solid. That's just silly from Cell. Wow, they're really committed to scrap here. So that's a late call, I think, for both teams. You know, the status of the spawns is really good. I'm just going to pause here real quick and kind of show you the move that happens on the map here for Seattle. Spawning on the right side of the map, not what you want with P2 coming to an open here pretty soon. So you actually get this kind of little play around mid, and then I don't know if someone spawns up here, if someone just hits a long route. They get in the back, and then the spawns actually flip here. So really good status identity here from Seattle, knowing that we can still play forward and finesse the old time while rotating safely back. FaZe are going to spawn up towards the top side at gas, and you'll see them take a long route down this long street. Really the only option that they have. Let's see if that was a spawn or is that just a play? Oh, it's a spawn. Okay. Okay, so it is a spawn that comes through. Number 5 right here for the Sada Hook. So he actually kind of gets a little bit lucky, a little bit blessed. Teammate with him. That should be enough to rotate over. Yeah, so it's just kind of a lucky situation. I think it's not even necessarily the spawn that happens for Seattle, more so it's this spawn for number 1 in Draza that's a bit surprising, because often when we look at hardpoints that are in the middle of the map, you try to dissect them into like a 50-50 type situation to where like you draw a 50-yard line, and then depending on which side you're on more heavily is probably going to dictate your spawns. But we know the spawns are being a little bit weird and unpredictable, so this spawn for Draza actually does kind of force number 5's hand to spawn down towards the low side. So weird situation there, but Seattle get a good read on it nonetheless, and now they're off to the races trying to get over towards P2, where Atlanta have to take the long route around. Don't like that if you're Atlanta, especially considering you thought you were doing really well in the first hard point. Oh, good opening here from Sim. Woo-wee. That was silly. He just runs down lane. I think they get a look at the Seattle players over towards the mid cuts, and they just don't care. Wow, beautiful. Oh,
if he would have won that second fight,
he gets that. Yeah, Naven's absolutely right. If he gets that second one,
so good for Foss, and it's not going to happen.
Really good from Seattle. Just kind of what Maven's talking about here. They kind of come off this spawn and then just watch the cross. Atlanta never actually fully gets in. They were so worried about taking the gunfights. And now the third hard point. Oh, I was gonna say, like, if Seattle can just hold the status here, they may be able to move through, but it's just a back and forth of, we're gonna spawn here, hold you off. Cool, thank you very much. Atlanta doing the same thing, but they're gonna push through. Yeah. Okay, good status, good recovery from Seattle. Again, these are super mature plays from Seattle. Reclaim ground, put yourself in a good setup, watch good crosses, get into the hard point, get right back in this game.
Bring this one back.
Can they flood this?
Obviously, very early, but
that's almost too easy for Atlanta. I'm not gonna lie. That break came way too quickly. All right, one last hit. No worries. Yeah, I like this from Seattle. Just go ahead and work through the old time. No reason not to with you spawning on the north side of the map. You kind of watch this cut and cross off spawn while everyone else just kind of rotates over. It also gives you the exit round through mid. So this is a really nice idea here for Seattle. Just trying to recover some of that lost time, and then you still force Atlanta to spawn in one location. So I like it. I like it. Draws it in the hard point. Oh, Booz is in trouble here. Wow, how does he get that gunfight win? Oh my gosh. Stuck underneath the planks. And now we already play for that early rotation. This is just kind of the way it is. You're still spawning back this way. You don't want to be here with only 30 seconds left, so get someone to hit a long route. And now Atlanta realizes that. They say, we got to back up. It's just a foot race going on back here. Every gunfight's a big gunfight right here for Illy. If you can get both, that would be a miracle. Okay, 1-for-1's not terrible. Only goal here for Seattle is, can you get Atlanta to start spawning out towards the old hard point? Nice. Can I break this?
Now is there maybe if you get this scrap time? I think it's a bit of a win, but that's gonna be 3 dead. Comes down to this 1v1.
What a finesse! Simp is 19 and 7. Holy!
This man, we've been talking about it on this broadcast.
Okay.
All right, Seattle's gonna get status here at 1. Atlanta's trying to make a play around the back here. This is massive time for Seattle here. Hard point that you expect largely to 50-50. You got almost all of the opening 30 seconds for not free, but worked well for the first 30. Follow up, trade, trade, trade. Jesus. Okay, this is a big moment right here before it happens. Seattle was able to kind of clear out the exits at the old time. You also had an early route hit by Illy to watch the opening cross, so they should know that at worst there's only 1 member, maybe 2, inside the hard point. But that exit kill kind of allows a really cool situation for Seattle where they can play this 2v2 essentially. 2 from the back, 2 from the front because of this spawn that pops up for Abuza. I don't know where Atlanta's going to spawn here, but they're going to be in trouble when they get off spawn, I'll tell you that much. Where does Atlanta spawn here? Bottom right? Bottom left. Okay, little conga line there on the left side. Clean though, perfect from Seattle. And you still have RCDs watching that back lane. Beautiful stuff here. Great, absolutely great. Oh, cruise missile here. 4-man stack. This is all just about breaking from the front. Yeah, there's just you don't survive through that. You don't survive through that. Okay, good break for Atlanta. Pinch though, quick pinch for Illy. Wait. Guys just don't lose gunfights, man. Oh my gosh. And he's getting trophy kills at range. This guy's doing it all. If Simp stays alive through this, just give him MVP right now. Okay, there's a trade. I was going to say, good grief. If he finesses a 1v2 with nowhere to go. All right, big moment right here for Seattle. There's a lot that has to go right for them. In particular, the fact that they're down in score. You have to hold this old time, and you need to try to find movement across the middle of the map. This is a massive moment, and it doesn't look super good. Oh, no, 4 down. Have to break. You just have to get something solid here for Seattle. They've got numbers. This should be a break here. Wow, okay, that's massive. Now you got help on the high ground behind the hard point. This is big. Seattle needs to hold, I would say, another 25 seconds here, at least. Good cleanup. Okay, that'll work well, and here we go. Already have this rotation coming through. You got the front line already pretty established. 20 seconds of scrap time, but you've got a full setup coming over towards you. It just comes down to, can Seattle put themselves in the best spot possible to full 60 this? And then we got ourselves a 220 to 220 game. Come on. Come on with it. Now, how does Atlanta want to try to break this? Wow, they're getting a lot of space early. Oh, no. Hook drops. Abuza's still isolated. That's going to move spawns around here. Atlanta's going to get the chance to play this from the bottom. It's a 50-50.
Aren't that close for Seattle, sir. So for now, it's kind of a 2v2. It's going to turn into another team fight here in a second. And here we go. Can they find the break?
Depends on Simp.
Oh! Not like that! If you're going to chase that kill, you better grab it. Oh, my. Illy's so clutch.
They can't win, though. They cannot win here. So, yeah, Illy at least got them to
Dude, Illy is so clutch.
Finally taken down.
Someone else help the guy.
For the scrap time. That's going to be a
there you go.
Mantle,
wow. Wow.
5 HP.
Oh, that's tough. Seattle's going to be late to this rotation. You can't panic here. You can't panic. You have to get a setup. FAZE have got every lane locked down on the minimap. They've got such good help around the map. No.
Making another double for him through on the feed. 5 to go now for the win. Simp ripped out of it by RCDs. Shots from RCDs into the spawn as well, but someone's got to get to the point. They got to contest. Not gonna happen.
Unreal. What a finish.
The respawns go the way of FAZE.
Man, that last setup is so big. So big. I love this final setup from Atlanta around P1. You've already got a member in, so you don't have to worry about that. So everyone else needs to watch lanes and watch crosses. You've got Simp kind of playing just a 1-for-1 over towards the DVD side, just seeing if he can watch this mid-cut. He also has Draza watching his deep, long lane. So that's all covered. You can also see, just in case someone comes through mid in some form, you also have the player in the hill Stellium kind of watching this, and then a BZ can kind of float just in case there's stuff coming around the back. And Seattle gets a little scattery here. I would have liked to, I think, seen them kind of try to make a play more focused towards clearing out one side of the hard point rather than trying to play around both angles at the same time, since the game's going to end probably in this hard point anyways. Feels like this just takes a little bit too much time rather than trying to meet up kind of in the front towards courtyard and this front door. That kind of maybe it removes Draza a little bit from the play, since he's going to have to only watch this cross, which is still good to be fair, but you can kind of see Seattle tries to go kind of in this weird, we're along the back type play. Like, it's in this moment right here that I think you can really see it on the minimap, where you've got one player making a move this way, one player making a move this way, one player here, and then the other tries to move on the outside. So we're really not fully focused on one particular spot. It's just about trying to search out kills, which is not the worst play ever, but there's not a lot of time left. So I would have liked to have seen them get a little bit of a lockdown where they could, like, okay, this is our base of operations. Because after these kills just get simply traded, look how long it takes. It just takes so long for the next hit to even come through, and it's just super desperate in nature. So really cool final setup around P1 with the game on the line. And of course, we need to go back to this rotation from 4 to 5. This embassy hardpoint, obviously you guys know, it's super difficult to break, and Seattle's got a pretty solid setup. The one thing they're missing though, which is super bizarre, is kind of anyone watching for this front cross. Like, you've got Arcides kind of like over towards Ice Cream just to make sure that Atlanta's not hitting a route through the back, so he's kind of responsible for this. But the fact that there's no one at all looking over towards courtyard feels like a little bit of a miss in this setup. And you can see, look how fast Atlanta get to this front wall. No one's even looking at them. And now you've got players in. The opening kill comes through, and yeah, you've got Abuza still in a spot to watch over from any play that's coming towards this bottom side of the map, kind of, but now he's called into a weird spot, and Arcides is kind of outside the play. He's almost like spawning out, having to reclaim ground, like he's breaking the hard point. The only real moment of brilliance here for Seattle is the fact that Illy goes on like 6 by himself. I mean, he is by himself right now. Arcides is able to get towards the mantle spot, but it almost feels like it's too late at this point, doesn't it? Like, you've got already Atlanta playing through the back, and any contest time is good. Like, I would say outside of Illy's heroic play here, this is a huge miss from Seattle. And then this is just, oh, come on. Gotta have it. Illy gets what? How many does he get here? There's 2. I think he gets, what, 3 or 4? There's 3. Okay, he only gets 3, but those 3 are unbelievable considering that there's no help nearby. And then just caught on reload. So it ends up being okay, but I think the thing about this is, look at the time on the clock. You've got 10 seconds left, and if you're Seattle, you had to commit so many more members to playing over towards the old time because you wanted to make sure that Atlanta didn't get that close as possible to 250, that now you're stuck in this weird spot where you had a couple of members who did spawn late. They're trying to make a play around the back by themselves. Atlanta doesn't have to worry about playing for the old time because of what the score is. So that last break attempt that they kind of had, after you spawn up from that, you chalk it and you just play around P1 and we get that setup that we laid out. So this is kind of one of those cause and effect things. Because Seattle has to spend so many resources to play towards the old time at scrap, to help out Illy, to clear off the hard point, to try to keep themselves in close to a tie game, now they're super late to playing over towards P1. I think it's just one of those things that tempo and control really worked out well for Atlanta here, and likely is what helped them in the most part kind of control this game. Doesn't hurt that Simp goes 29-16 as well. Really cool stuff from Atlanta. We saw a couple of interesting looks over the top of P5, and I think in particular that last setup at P1, really awesome. Hey, make sure you guys subscribe if you're enjoying the content. We'll be doing more reactions, more breakdowns as the season goes on, trying to get uploads hopefully every other day, if not every day, for you guys. So make sure you sub right now. Every single one of those subs goes a tremendously long way. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.